One shot on the attack. Coming out for the defense for Liquid, it is going to be Vonathil on the Symmetra, Zoms on Widowmaker, AZK on McCree, Mesrar on Reinhardt, Dehang on Lucio, and Dummy gonna round things out here on the Junkrat.
Yeah, I think you're right before. That Lucio was just to boost up Vonathil. Dehang going back to Mercy. We haven't seen a whole lot of defensive Lucio on first point. And really, the only teams that like doing it are the ones that want to push into the choke point. So, because Liquid isn't running Lucio here and they have Widow, I don't see them pushing into the bus or into Statue. I think the Liquid's going to be pretty reserved on defense.
I do think they'll be a little bit reserved. I'm curious to see what Ultima Wep does here. He was up against Tailspin before, so it was kind of a rough matchup, but Ultima Wep definitely had some good moments as Pharah when we saw him earlier in the day. I'm curious to see what he's going to do here against Liquid. Maybe he'll have a little bit more success.
I mean, Pharah's really good on
more in one hero limit, so. He does have to be careful, though, of Zoms. Zoms has the Widow in the back, looking to shoot Pharah out of the air. Widow, a Pharah's worst enemy by any sense in the word. But Ultima Wep right now still staying alive, looking to poke down Zoms, and almost successful in doing so, making Zoms move, as both teams right now sort of poking, neither team really engaging too hard just yet. Kind of a tentative offense coming out from the side of One Shot.
See, the issue for offense here on Kings Row when this happens, and we saw a similar tentative offense from One Shot before, is Vonathil already has 90% ult on Teleporter. And as soon as Teleporter goes down on Kings Row, it requires you to go all the way around and flank, try to find Teleporter, then kill it, then win team fight, and then win the point. Otherwise, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, I know you want to talk about teleporters here. Vonathil does have the teleporter up. He hasn't put it down just yet, but he does have the ability as Dummy going off with the help of AZK, gets the double kill. And Junkrat, if you ignore him here with how tight in everything is on Kings Row, he can be an absolute disaster. He can crush you in the alley, he can crush you in the hotel, and even on the actual point, that Splash is enough that Junkrat has to die pretty early on an offensive attack for things to go well.
I mean, Ultima Wep and Psycho Waffle actually made it to Sniper's Nest above Catwalk. And they somehow got behind, and Dummy's still able to kill both of them by himself. And so they didn't even find the Teleporter because it hadn't gone down yet. And it's just going to be even harder now for One Shot.
You usually think of Widow for the anti-air duty, but Dummy making a tire as a decent substitute took Pharah out of the sky, and that's just going to delay the offense even more here. Liquid has really been stopping One Shot in their tracks, and
I also like the very safe placement for the Teleporter by Vonathil.
Okay, so this is, again, piling on. Liquid able to get another kill before the fight even starts. Zoms took off Psycho there. And now that's been effectively a minute and a half burned off just because of death chaining.
I mean, One Shot is a very solid team, but this shows that even some of the mid-tier teams that are playing, they can have issues on offense and stalling out, and it seems they're kind of confused on what to do.
All right, well, here we go. The offense only installed, but a huge Earth Shatter comes down from Mesrar. Knocks down 5 people, but look at that. Chronic coming back into the Earth Shatter of his own. Will it be enough? Probably not, as AZK gets the double kill. Resurrection coming up here for the defense. Dehang able to get that off before going down. And Psycho went down so early in the fight that he was not able to get off res. And that's kind of a problem that we saw earlier in the day. We saw One Shot is that Psycho Waffle definitely had some issues getting off quality resurrections.
I mean, especially with how fast that res charges for Mercy, you really need to be getting off constant reses to be effective as possible.
And there we go again. Dummy was able to use the tire, took out Ultima Weapon with that tire. And this is where Liquid has been really excelling right now. One Shot has been having trouble, is that One Shot, when they get in all together at the same time, it works out well, but they get perhaps a little bit too greedy on their poke. They lose people as a result, and it just slows down everything.
I mean, it's taking too long for One Shot. Now they finally have Zarya ult.
Fire at will.
Graviton is coming out. People are going to go down from that. Spazzo with the double kill. But again, look at this for Dehang. Dehang very close to having his ultimate up. He just needs a little bit more, but no, he gets taken out by Exy at the last moment. That is a huge pickoff. Dehang was about to bring 3 people back up. The teleporter is still up, though.
But
AZK
Zoms
going to try to get back in the fight.
The teleporter is still up, and they're definitely going to get back in now.
So Psycho Waffle, again, is not going to be able to get a good res off. And that could be it here. I mean, the offense is doing really well. If they had a res, they might have been able to take this definitively, but now Team Liquid has a chance. I still think the offensive pressure has an edge here as Exy picks up 2 big kills. But it's a bit sloppy on the attack.
It's very sloppy. They let the point go. AZK was on it. He kills Reinhardt in the end, but it's a second too late, and they get point A. So Liquid actually, I think, a little bit of a mistake at the end because they had players alive.
All right, so the payload is moving now for the side of One Shot. We'll see how quickly they can get through the street space. They don't have a whole lot of tools at their disposal. They have a Primal Rage, they have a Lucio Sound Barrier. That's about it. I don't even count the Mercy res because Mercy should probably have res up for every fight with how quickly things charge up. Dahang is certainly going to res up in just a moment.
Yeah, Dahang
we'll see how this goes.
Has been way more important and impactful so far this game.
All right, AZK in a big flank position right now. We'll see if it pays off. I don't think he expect the offense to go that far deep, but he's going to take out Spazzo with the Deadeye, getting the low-hanging fruit, moving forward. And Ultima left now in deep trouble, about to go down. I liked sort of the offensive approach there, but it's not over yet. The Resurrection is coming out. Psycho does get a good res, and as a result, One Shot now able to move forward. Yeah. And that's the power of getting a good Mercy res off. That was one of the few fights here where Psycho hasn't died early, and he's able to punish Team Liquid for it.
Yeah, Psycho Waffle finally able to get a 3-man res, or able to get the Zarya ult after that, and they're able to punish 2 or 3. And now they should be getting the checkpoint. The only issue is they weren't pushing the cart the entire time. It's going to allow Liquid to set up defense before they get
Liquid will have a final last gas parrot. Oh no, they have a Death Blossom up. This could be death and destruction. Here comes Dummy. Gets 1, gets 2, makes it a triple. And Dummy putting the team on his back there at the Death Blossom and viciously punishing One Shot for not getting the cart a little bit earlier.
Well, there's your play of the game. I mean, this is the same issue that we saw earlier when Nubrus was pushing through Gibraltar, is that they didn't push the cart. And then they let this happen, and because now they're not able to get the second checkpoint. One Shot is now very hung up on spawns, because on King's Row, with the cart pushed up this far, it's about 45 seconds per push.
Look at Mesrar right now. Mesrar speeding in, looking for an Earth Shatter, going to connect, knocks down 3 people, sets up his entire team. And this fight's gonna be over before it begins. Well played by Mesrar. Lucio helping out, but the Resurrection will come up. Psycho is able to get it, and this is a little bit of an extra gasp here for the offense. I still think Liquid has way too good positioning on them to really lose too much here, but still, that's the resurrections that you need to make as a Mercy player.
Yeah, and now Zom's getting 2 kills, AZK putting another kill in. And, I mean, really, as I mentioned earlier, the issue for me is when you get the cart so close to the end of the second checkpoints on a lot of maps in Overwatch, the respawn time for offense becomes very excruciating. So that each push that fails is about a minute off your time. So realistically, One Shot only has 2 pushes left to get the cart.
Hang on, look at AZK. AZK is McCreeping to the back right now. Deadeye coming out, so many skulls on the way. He gets the triple kill. He helps take out Reinhardt in the end, and AZK just almost single-handedly won that fight.
Yeah, 3 kills from behind. We've seen a lot of players go McCree flank on that area. Because it's so hard for offense to try to deal with the right flank. You're so worried about Main Street, you're so worried about the left side, that having the defense come up the right stairs from long into catwalk.
Look at this positioning. Look at how far up Team Liquid is right now. They're being sneaky. They want to put the dagger in this game as we speak, and Mesrar just ready to drop down and to drop the hammer. Might not even have a chance as Dummy with the Death Blossom gets a double kill. Zoms with some backup, and now the hammer might be coming down. And Mesrar actually just gonna hang off for a second. Doesn't want to end up wasting it on a Reinhardt shield, which is a smart maneuver, but this is certainly the last gasp coming out now from the side of One Shot.
Now it's 6 on 4. So Liquid having the same type of issues that Envy has, they're not going to have a res for either of them. They have to play 6 on 4 till the end of the second checkpoint, and they're backing up all the way. Dummy is very far away. They might not be able to get there back in time.
Yeah, I think their hubris might cost them. I think they will get on top of the payload before the next checkpoint, but no! We see Dummy, or Mesrar getting knocked to the back, but Mesrar gets the 3-person Earth Shatter. Will it be enough? Zoms in the back here as Tracer. He was on Widow, now going to Tracer. See, the Slotman teams are trying to just get back into point quickly. But this is way closer than it needs to be. This is sort of an unforced error from Team Liquid that's even coming to this with how far up they were.
Psycho Waffle with the res, so it's still not over yet.
Res coming out from Psycho, definitely improving since the beginning of the game. Xe able to get the kill on the Zoms. It's not over yet for One Shot as they're still swarming the point. Xe picks up another kill. There's no Widow to really deal with Xe in the back here. If he can land all the shots, it might be all they need.
And Ultima Web gets another kill. Xe gets one more. Dummy and AZK go down. Just Dahang left. He goes down. Ultima gets
what? This is an absolute throw from Team Liquid that we even got to this point. If they just played standard, rather than trying to get tricky, we would not be in this situation right now.
Now Zoms goes down, so Ultima Web has positioning with Psycho Waffle on this on the sniper perch. And it's going to be hard for defense to actually set up now.
Yeah, the defense now, they're definitely rattled a bit. The one shot with all the momentum in their favor right now. AZK, though, coming in, does take out Chronic. We'll have a Deadeye here in a moment. Ultimate Weapon not going to be long for this world as he gets knocked off into the pit. Where can you find AZK? You can find him in the pit. But he's still got good value off that Deadeye before going down, and the defense will be holding. And for one shot, this is still not the greatest look. I mean, they only have about one good push left, but it shouldn't have even gotten to this point.
But they still have the ult advantage here. Ultimate Weapon almost has up. They're going to have Sound Barrier before Vonethil should. And they actually have a pretty good shot of taking this, I think. They're going to have 4 or 5 ults to 1.
About the stack there, but we are getting in. Zoms looking now for quick pickoffs here. Liquid knowing that this is probably going to be the last major team fight of the game if they can win it. Ultimate Weapon firing on Zoms. Zoms firing the Ultimate Weapon. And look at Xe now at the offensive widow. Gonna force Zoms back. Offensive Sound Barrier is out. The offense going deep in and able to take out Vonethil. Psycho does have the res up. As Ned now getting the double kill. This is a decent fight here for one shot, especially given the fact that they still have a res. If Psycho is able to stay alive and res his team up, they have a real opportunity here. Zoms going to take out Xe.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Zoms is in the back to go down the offense. Psycho will get that res off and lives, so the offense is going to keep the dream alive. But here comes the defensive Sound Barrier. AZK on the way in, gets the double kill. It was a good last gas here for one shot, but this should be Team Liquid's, even though arguably should have ended a little bit earlier.
Ultimate Weapon doesn't get anything on the ult, and Chronic goes down, and Liquid is able to secure map 1, but it should not have gotten this far. There was no reason. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. I mean, I get why Liquid wanted to push there, and why Envy wanted to push on Last Point for Hollywood last map. But you see the problems with doing that. There are heroes in this game with insane movement abilities and speeds that you are able to get back on the cart if you push too far, even with 10 seconds left to go. And Liquid had the same problems that we saw others have. Okay, I want to know how that got played the game over Dummies 4 per.
I'm really confused how that got played the game. I mean, I guess it's. I don't even know. There's not even a good explanation for that. Dummy had such a good death blossom. How?
I know.
Play the game, algorithm, please. By the way, AZK with 13 Deadeye kills. You don't even see that card that often, just because even by McCree standards, getting that many kills off Deadeye alone is pretty impressive. AZK had some good setups, some good flanks. Works out for him.
So a solid hold from Liquid, but they can't do that against better teams. Better teams are going to punish them even worse than that and probably complete the map.
And for Liquid here, their path to victory, not all that complicated. All they have to do is either complete the map outright or just get to the point right before the end, before overtime goes into play, and they will be the victors here on Kings Row. But I agree, what it comes down to is consistency. Liquid was very good and very consistent for most of that game, and then they made a terrible decision in trying to get over aggro, and they got punished. They got punished when they didn't need to take that risk, and they were winning doing what they were doing. Sometimes it's okay just to go with what works and not try and get overly tricky, because as you say, if you're up against a better team, that will be a huge throw, and better teams will punish you for it very viciously.
Especially if you're sending both DPS players to go up there, and then they both die, and then you only have one DPS left to contain the hold. It's almost impossible. You need Lucio to go with you if you have any chance of wanting to disengage from an offensive Lucio push. And I really want these top teams to try to think about that a little bit more. I mean, the advantage of closing the map immediately is so much less than the possibilities of what just happened, of giving up an entire second checkpoint and then like losing the map outright. It's so much of a worst possibility that taking the aggressive route would never work out anyway.
All right, so we are getting in here on the second half. Spazzo getting on Symmetra, Psycho on the Mercy, Chronic on Reinhardt, Ned on McCree, Ultimate Weapon on the Junkrat, and Xe gonna be rounding things out here on the Widow. Meanwhile, looking at the Team Liquid side, it is going to be Dummy on the Zarya, Dehang on Mercy, Zoms on Widowmaker, AZK on McCree, Vonethil on Lucio, and Nezwar rounding things out here on the Winston. So double tank, or not even double tank, just if you count Zarya, double tank on the menu. They're moving in. AZK with the double kill to start things out here. Zoms onto Xe. And Liquid being absolutely dominating as AZK has a quad kill here on this first fight. And that's brutal. And I'm going to note one thing here that was actually throwing me off for a second. We have no Reinhardt here for the offense. Reinhardt not coming to play for Liquid, and it's working out. Just Winston Zarya instead. Although Zarya now being thrown to the wayside, Mesvar going to Reinhardt. So that's just one of the situational changes they have in Overwatch where they said, okay, you know, if we don't want Reinhardt for the first point, but we will use him once we get to the payload phase.
I mean, it is an interesting way of changing things up. I mean, Reinhardt on offense has been such a standard for Kings Row this entire time that we didn't even really see Double Winston ever played on Kings Row. That maybe once Winston will be something we've seen more in the future, well, especially with one period limit.
All right, so we go. The offensive team Liquid moving forward with a lot of haste. If they get to that checkpoint anytime soon, the game will be over. They have a huge time lead over One Shot right now, and One Shot's going to need to come in huge here on the defense.
Yeah, they really need to stop this push in the second wave.
Well, look at this. Ultimate Whip getting a lot of value in the back. Landing shot after shot. To Hang, though, healing most of it up. He has to back out without getting a single kill. Not quite enough. He was almost there. Actually, though, in defense, picking up a quick double kill, sort of whittling Liquid down. The problem is here for the defensive One Shot is that they're not getting enough. They need to get 1 or 2 more kills to really take that. But Liquid is hanging in there and slowly wearing them down.
Yeah, I mean, the reses have been much better for Hang and Liquid Squad than Psycho Waffle. And the One Shot team, Liquid able to push the card up pretty much. They're gonna have to regroup through the streets phase, but they do have the ultimate advantage. We use AZK and Zombs pretty shortly with a good chance of getting second check.
Mesvar going right in, about to have Earth Shatter. Needs just a little bit more ult, and Mesvar might be able to do this on his own. We do see the barrage coming in from the top. Zom's gonna get punished for that, but it might not matter. Look at all the space that's been made here. Earthshadow though coming from Chronic, knocked down 3 people, charging in, getting into the fray, able to take out Hang. AZK though has been an absolute beast this game. Has 2 kills, ends up dying the ultimate weapon in the end.
I mean,
and that is the defensive hold that One Shot needed, but the problem is for them, they have to do that again and again for the next 5 minutes if they actually want to have a potential of making this game a draw or actually winning.
Especially because Zom said it in chat. What was that ult coming out of Zoms, barraging on top of the checkpoint, killing nobody, and then getting killed? And then because he goes down, Chronic is then able to charge in and kill the whole team.
Again, it's sort of Liquid not being consistent, not capitalizing on their advantage. They had every reason to win that fight and then didn't. But Ultimate Weapon now going into the back, does have a barrage at the ready, could wreak tons of havoc on the back line of Team Liquid. Team Liquid has to account for him and be careful.
Yeah, they really need to. I mean, they don't have the advantage anymore. Ultimate Web could be lurking at any time. Fortunately, they see him in front, and they're going to opt to go an alley.
They're going up this alley, but Ultimate Weapon might have a great vantage point on this. He's going in over the top, dropping the barrage, gets to Hang first, looking for more, gets the double kill. Zom takes him out in the end, but the damage has been done. However, let's take a look at Dummy here. Dummy does get the double kill. The resurrection does come up from the defense, but I'm not sure this is going to be enough. Even though Psycho Waffle got the res up, they're still getting bullied over.
Well, it is 2-on-2. Defensive spawn is going to be closer, and Reinhardt's still up, so I think One Shot's going to hold. Now. Yeah,
they're good. That was a very, very close fight. It was really decided on the margins at the end because for a moment, even though Psycho did get the good res, there was enough kills that Liquid might have been able to hang in there, but the tide just got turned on at the very end. A very, very close
And Liquid
fight.
got so many kills that Hang's res is going to be super important for this next team fight.
Yeah, I mean, Psycho might not actually have the res in the beginning of this next team fight. The Sound Bear coming out here for the offense, but the Earth Shatter coming in from Chronic. Will it be enough for One Shot? Ultimate Weapon Chronic coming in over the top, getting a kill each. The resurrection will come out from Hang. So getting a little bit more life here to the TL side as they fight on top of this payload. Chronic charges way away from the payload as AZK now over the top, really making this game his own. 3 kills in that fight. And that's going to be it. Team Liquid will cap this quicker than One Shot did, and they will take Kings Row 1-0 for Team Liquid in the series. Why did I say King?
Well, they're definitely not kings, so I'm not sure why that
I don't know.
came out.
I don't know what. Either way.
I don't think teams know this, though.
I don't think they know, but we're going to let them play it out regardless. TL moving forward, trying to end this game. They've certainly won this on time regardless. Actually, Ultimate Weapon picking off 1 kill each, though, over the top, making things work right now.
Yeah, I think One Shot's actually had a pretty decent defense so far.
Watch yourself.
No, I mean, One Shot, even if the gang outplayed overall over the entirety of the game, they've definitely had their moments, and more importantly, they've capitalized on mistakes as Ultimate Weapon lands a big midair on the Zombs, going through the back, taking out Dahang here in just a second, but Dahang actually able to get away, at least for now. Still very good pressure being applied here by Ultimate Weapon as Dahang runs for his life.
What do you think about this double projectile offense coming out of Liquid? Both the Junkrat and the Pharah for pretty much the duration of the whole map, and now they're going to change.
They just switched up. I mean, it's not the worst. I actually think Junkrat is okay in the streets phase of Kings Row. It's so clumped up that it's kind of hard to avoid his attacks. I think it's not the worst idea. Here we go, though. Team Liquid on the way in. They are moving in. They want to end this right here, right now. AZK moving in. Will get knocked down, though, by Chronic. Chronic King, another excellent Earth Shatter, going to smash people against the wall. 3 quick kills. Ultimate Weapon with the follow-up. AZK, though, still alive, looking for his opportunity. In fact, he's the only person still alive as he's running for the hills. AZK gonna live to find another day.
So I'm pretty sure both teams still think the game is still going, by the way. This isn't just to play it out.
No, they still think it's going. I mean, it's fine. We'll see if Liquid can cap all this out. Why not? I'm not going to stop them.
Stopwatch. UI in the game.
Thank you, Slasher. But here comes Ultimate Weapon over the top. Does have the barrage, looking to drop it. Ned takes out AZK immediately. Dahang gonna have to blow his res here in short order as Ultimate Weapon getting a whole lot of value off of that barrage. Where is Dahang here in this fight? In fact,
Let's get you back out there.
Dahang so far back, I think he's just going to let it go and wait for the rest of the Team Liquid offense to get back over here.
I think it seems like Liquid is waiting for one big push with every ult. Bonafil almost has sound barrier, Zombs will have walls, and then with Dummy able to make some space and AZK with, you know, the half fake out McCree ult, I think this is probably a good chance for Liquid to make some map there.
All right, Deadeye on the way out here now from AZK. Bonafil again, take out Xe. Lucio killing Widow is a huge boon here for Team Liquid. One shot, though, not done yet. Drops the sound barrier, getting in on the TL. Both teams fighting out. Another sound barrier out now, this time for the offense, as Chronic lands yet another value Earth Shatter. I don't think there's quite the follow-up there as Team Liquid able to get back up and do their duty. But Chronic, I gotta say, Slasher, he's had some good Reinhardt play here in the series thus far.
I mean, we know how great Mesmer is. Mesmer is one of the best tanks in the world at Overwatch, and Chronic's actually been able to put up a pretty decent fight against them one-on-one.
All right, so TL will finish out the game in full. They'll get the full cap at the end, although it took them a longer time than expected, especially for Kings Row. That's 1-0 now in the series for Team Liquid. One shot, now going to be fighting for their tournament life. This is the losers bracket semifinals, so there are no second chances if you lose the series.
No, there are not. Now we're going to go beat Numbani or Hollywood for the next game. Now, we've seen Hollywood played so many times today that I'm sure that's what we're seeing next.
I would think so, but maybe from the perspective of a team like One Shot, where you know the Team Liquid might have more practice in Hollywood, why not go and bring them to a map that maybe they have less practice on in Numbani? Make them play Numbani, make them play the map that they're not as comfortable on, and see if it works out. I mean, they're gonna have to win on both maps, but you know, for confidence or something else, why not take them to Numbani? And also, I'm not biased at all. I just want to see Numbani get played. I'm a little bit biased. I just want to see Numbani get played.
I mean, every time that I think, or I said that I think this team will choose Numbani because XY team is better or they have a better shot, they haven't done it. So while the smart move, I think, I agree with you, should be Numbani here, I'm actually favoring this to go to Hollywood just because. I think Liquid has the advantage either way. Liquid has a pretty decent Numbani strat. I mean, we saw Liquid play Cloud9 quite closely on Numbani at Agents Rising. And we have also seen Liquid have some problems today on Hollywood against Nubris. So, not totally
there it is, Hollywood. I was going to make the argument that Spazzo has the Golden Rhino as an icon, therefore they must pick Numbani because that is one of the Numbani landmarks. Not going to happen. We're going to Hollywood. Hollywood and Kings Row all day, every day, because that is what comp teams really, really like right now in the meta. But teams are fickle, things change. There was a point, believe it or not, where Numbani was played basically every series. And then,
It
for whatever
was.
reason, the Bonnie
True.
fell out of favor. There was like a 2-week period where that happened.
Hollywood has gotten a lot more popular, I would say, lately.
Mm-hmm.
Numbani's fallen out a little bit. Route 66, not universally loved by most teams. And Gibraltar is becoming a Gibraltar and Kings Row, as much as they might be liked by teams, are becoming problems because of how good some teams are on it. Or maybe they don't feel so confident on it. So I think Hollywood is that like perfect mixture of all of those. It's why we're seeing it so much. It's like teams really like it and they feel comfortable on it, and they don't think their team is amazing at it, so why not?
But teams get fickle. I think as time goes on and certain teams really show that they're much better at Hollywood than their competition, I do think things might change up as time goes on. Now, this is interesting. Looking at the Liquid defense coming out, last time we saw them, they put Dummy on the Torbjorn. I think they had AZK and McCree, but now AZK is showing Torbjorn. Either way, we know that Team Liquid does like running Torbjorn on Hollywood defense. They like running the Dull Builder, but just as I say that, maybe they're ditching it. They ran it earlier here in the tournament, and maybe they've just figured, okay, no one else is running Torb here anymore. Why should we be running Torb either? And at least for right now, it looks like they're just going to have single builder and Symmetra, and Aardvark not going to pay off. Torbjorn getting sent back to the showers. For the fans of Torbjorn, I feel your pain. But looking at the full Team Liquid roster right now, it is going to be Mesrar on the Reinhardt, Dahang on Mercy, AZK on McCree, Dummy on the Junkrat, Vonethil on Symmetra, and Zoms on the Widowmaker.
Enough waiting up.
I mean, I think part of that is we just saw it didn't work at all against Nubris. So if it didn't work then, maybe it won't work now. And if Dummy wants to run Junkrat, then AZK can't play Junkrat. So that's why there probably is no Torb, because AZK can't do it for McCree.
Alrighty, well, the game is underway. This is map number 2 in our losers semifinals. Winner of this will go on to the losers finals to find their fate against Nubris, and the winner of that will be going up against Envy in our grand finals.
My ultimate is charging.
So here we go, both teams getting into it right away. Mesrar takes out Ned in the very beginning of the game with the Fire Strike. I think it was Zoms that had the assist on that, but overall, some good defense from Liquid. I mean, that early pick really causing problems for one shot.
I think the biggest issue from the one shot that we've seen throughout these games is really the tentativeness in terms of their offense. It feels like they don't really know what they want to do, and it's taken them way too long to execute the plan.
I tend to agree. I think their offense is a little bit slow to move in, but as we say that, we do have Ultimate Weapon going in the back, challenging Zoms, but Zoms is going to win that battle. Might not matter, though, as Ned now doing a lot of work here as McCree for the rest of one shot. They're swarming on top of the point, and they've pushed out Team Liquid a bit here. Team Liquid, though, they still have a lot of people alive. They're sort of swarming in and around, as Vonethil, in fact, going to get the kill on as Symmetra. AZK still in the fray now, shoots Ultimate Weapon out of the air. And this is classic bend, but don't break defense. Liquid, even though they vacated the point, they were still all in and around the point, and they were able to swarm in on to the offense as they went sort of centered on the point. They did get a third of a cap, though, so they didn't come away quite empty-handed.
You know, as he mentioned earlier, Chronic really is playing well. He caught Mesrar, he killed AZK, and he really opened up space and opportunity for one shot to get a third of a tick on point A. So I think Chronic really is playing quite well.
No, I think if I had to give more props to anyone else on one shot, I would give it to Chronic. Chronic has really been carrying the team in a lot of cases, but not that time. End up getting knocked around a bit, gets taken out by Dummy. Commentator's curse is real. We're seeing if Chronic would have a good Earth Shadow there or not, but Team Liquid able to fight them back. Oh, defense back in a bit. They got a little bit over aggro, but Team Liquid not eager to repeat the mistakes of the past. Backs up, and that's one of the lessons I think should be learned here from defenses in general is it's nice to be over aggro after you get pick, but don't overdo it. And here we go, offense coming in, Sound Barrier on the way, Chronic charging in, but look at this barrage coming in from Ultimate Weapon, gets the triple kill. Resurrection going to have to be used to undo part of that. Ultimate Weapon takes out Vonethil after the res, and that attack was all Ultimate Weapon, getting the 5 kill before finally going down.
He's been able to do that
twice.
twice.
Though, the Resurrection and Mesrar are starting to turn the tables.
Now, huge res from one shot, but they never went to find the teleporter. The teleporter's going to come back up. Symmetra's through, AZK is back, and they are going to hold on defense. So I think one shot, again, pretty solid attack. Able to get a lot of kills, able to take out Mercy, but they did not ever find the teleporter. And, you know, when Telly is down, if you don't find it directly after the team wipe, it's usually not going to be a good time.
No, and that's a little bit heartbreaking for one shot. That was their best attempt. Now they only have a minute 45 left here, and Liquid is very much in the driver's seat. You look at all the ultimates that they have here. Mezrar can drop an Earth Shard at any point. Chronic, though, does almost have an Earth Shard of his own. We'll see if he's able to do some heroics. He's pretty banged up, though, in this fight, so might have to wait a little bit. He will get the big health in the back. And here we go. Both the Reinhardts have Earth Shatter. Who will come out supreme here? The defense right now trying to really just not make things easy for the offense, attacking them from both sides of points. And here it is, one shot being a little bit tentative, but Ultimate Weapon now coming in over the top, challenging Zombs, getting him off his perch, and will take him out as Ned exploding with the triple kill Deadeye. Things working at all levels here for the side of one shot. Chronic with the exclamation point, Earth Shatter, again take out AZK. And Teleporter or no, this should be all they need. We'll see though, Dummy's still alive and still trying to make something happen here for TL. Tire on the way, will this be the Tire of Destiny? It will absolutely not. Chronic took it out with a Fire Strike.
And Mez got back in. They're still trying to hold the point. There are no charges up in the Teleporter, and one shot will take point A. So actually, they had 3 very strong attacks during that point A. And Liquid probably, they might have not have been able to withstand that for that long. So one shot could have actually taken that sooner.
Yeah, no, one shot, I mean, they have a lot of good elements here. They just weren't able to put together entirely, but that last attack was just too overwhelming for Team Liquid to deal with. We have Ultimate Weapon coming to the back now, was looking for the barrage, instead finds AZK's flashbang. And this is really good for Team Liquid right now. They're fully coordinated on top. They can do pretty much whatever they want in dealing with this right now. But again, they're being a little bit over aggro. I don't like how far deep Vonnefill and Dummy are going right now. There's just no need. Just stay on top of the rooftops here. You only have to defend for 3 minutes. Don't do anything crazy.
No, ZP. They just need to do it for 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and then go super aggro and then lose the map.
Either way, the Deadeye coming out here from AZK. His Ultimate Weapon, not having any of it, jumps in, gets a double kill, and actually kills himself in the process, but well worth it. Does stop AZK's progress there, and now he's chasing on the Zombs. Zombs having to run for his life. Zombs eating one direct rocket, still running, still somehow alive as Dummy coming in the clutch, able to save Zombs. I have no idea how Zombs live there.
Somehow Zombs gets away, and actually, while they did get 2 kills, including on Dehang, it couldn't go any worse because now Dehang still has res. They don't have Ultima Wep's Farah ult anymore, and they lost positioning on the cart. So that actually went better for Liquid in the end. That did one shot.
Liquid able to hang in there. Dummy will have a Dragon Blade up soon. Just needs to land a little bit more poke as he goes in. A big Earth Shatter, though, coming down from Mezrar. Say goodnight. That's going to be a full team wipe. Mezrar getting everything done there. Wow.
Liquid now in the driving seat. Now Dummy has Blade. AZK has his ult. Dehang has ult. Psycho Waffle's still a little bit more to go. The ults are rather close on either side. Spazzo does have Sound Barrier and a small window of opportunity to maybe get something done, but they can't do anything if they don't get high ground.
No, definitely not. Meanwhile, look at Dummy. Dummy looking for the flank.
Huge.
Has Dragon Blade at the right hand. Zombs gets a double kill. And Dummy might not even need their... Oh no! Chronic somehow finds Dummy. He's not even able to use the Dragon Blade for good reasons. Chronic now the Earth Shatter, taking this fight in his own hands. The Chronic carry is somewhat real right now. And he gets another Reinhardt shield. Who is Chronic and what is he doing? Dummy, though, does pull up the Dragon Blade after the res, gets the triple kill. I mean, a good recovery from Liquid, but I am thoroughly entertained by what Chronic was able to do in that fight, even as everything was dying around him.
Yeah, Ultimate Wep actually shot his shift on top of the point A, and he was able to knock everyone off, and then Chronic was able to get a few kills. So Chronic definitely playing really well, but they only have 40 seconds left. AZK still has a Vonnefill still has Sound Barrier. So it must be time for Liquid to blow the game now.
I'm gonna hope that doesn't come to pass just because, but Zombs getting 2 quick shots there, almost got a double kill, was very, very close, just needed a little bit of extra charge. AZK over the top does take out Chronic. And Zombs right now looking for more. AZK helping control. Only 18 seconds left. This is do or die now for one shot. They don't have a whole lot of time left. Zombs looking for an extra pick off and yet will take out Exy. And everything going Team Liquid's way right now. They're being much more disciplined on the defense. As Zombs getting another pick off, and that should be the game. I don't think anything can cause overtime now.
Nope, Chronic with the jump is too late. And Liquid only needs to get to the second checkpoint or the first checkpoint faster for going into the losers bracket finals against Numerous. So Liquid definitely in the driving seat now. All they have to do is, I mean, Zarya would be pretty simple. All they have to do is build ults, get the first checkpoint faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very simple for Liquid to get the first checkpoint quicker here. It took a long time for One Shot to grab it, so... I mean, for One Shot, their only way of really getting back into this is they have to full hold on point A, period. They don't think they want to go into the streets phase or risk anything happening like that. It's going to be difficult, not impossible, but I think Team Liquid should have what it takes to get past One Shot in this next round and move on to get their rematch with Nubrus.
Yeah, Liquid Nubrus rematch is really what they want here. One Shot is just a small obstacle in their way to getting back to Nubrus, getting maybe some revenge on them because they've lost the last 2 series now against them and making their way into the finals against Envy.
Alrighty, so we are moving into the second round. It's now going to be Team Liquid on the attack. We'll have the Team Liquid team for you in a second, but looking at the defense now, rolling out for the side of One Shot, it is going to be Psycho, Waffle on the Mercy, Ultima Wep on Junkrat, XZ on the Lucio, Neo on McCree, Chronic again on the Reinhardt, and Spazzo. Rounding things out here on the defensive Symmetra, and again, no Torbjorn in sight. Aardvark not quite paying off.
No, maybe Torb has fallen a little bit out of the meta. Grego still likes playing Torb with Cloud9.
I think C9 would still run it. C9 is one team I could see still running it, but everyone else seems to have moved on.
Junkrat really has come in favor a lot on defense for the majority of these maps. It's good to see at least one projectile character on DPS be used quite often. I'm
actually surprised. I'll be surprised if Liquid doesn't run with a Pharah here. We've seen a lot of Pharah on Hollywood as of late, especially in the one hero limit meta.
Yeah.
Look at Ultima Weapon here. This is happening a lot. The crouching Junkrat to start things out here. I hope this continues to be a trend. I think they might have just stolen this away from what we saw, of course, Envy doing a little bit earlier. But even if they did, it's still just fine to see Junkrat, taking that lock. But meanwhile, take a look here at the offense coming out from the side of Team Liquid. It's going to be Mesrar on the Reinhardt, to hang on Mercy, Zoms on Widowmaker, AZK on McCree, Vonathil on Lucio, and Dummy going to be the final piece here on Zarya. I was kind of hoping Mesrar would stay Hanzo, but not likely to happen. Mesrar going all the way back to the beginning of the game, pretty much always on Reinhardt.
AZK electing to go McCree instead of Pharah.
That's unfortunate. I think a Pharah on this part of Hollywood can be very, very effective, but still, this is a pretty effective team comp regardless. AZK now going into the back, tried to land the flashbang, not able to get value. Ned gonna shut him down immediately. 3 quick kills here for the defense. And Liquid not going to find it quite that easy as One Shot fighting back.
Yeah, a little sloppy there from Liquid. 4 big kills coming out of One Shot.
Look at Spazzo. Spazzo's going to have the teleporter up soon.
Spazzo almost had a teleporter. And that gives One Shot a legitimate chance.
All right, here we go. Team Liquid coming right back into the fight. He's on the way. AZK not going to get a quick kill right away, but Zoms in the back now getting the double kill. 3 quick kills here for Team Liquid. Make it 4 as AZK goes on the double. Zoms with the machine gun on the XE. And this might be over before it truly begins. Team Liquid with a very fearsome attack here. We'll see if this is enough.
Well, Ultimate Weapons 1. Teleporter still up. Spazzo kills Widow.
The teleporter is still up. The defense is getting some reinforcement here. They're coming right back. Ned getting back into the fight, takes out Dummy. The defense gang on top. Team Liquid, it looked like they had it, but with the aid of the teleporter, we see that One Shot was able to get back in, and in the end, Team Liquid only got a third.
They only got a third. I mean, much of this is to make sure that Dummy gets his ult. He's only at 60%, and there's 3 minutes now remaining for point A. So Liquid can't just get the first point and win if it's too slow of a time. They're going to have to hurry up.
Yeah, no, Team Liquid, if they want to win this off point A, they need to get this right here, right now. They're moving in. Mesrar and Chronic both facing off. I'll note that Chronic does have his Earthshare up and will drop it, knocking down 3 people. Chronic again coming in, gets a big charge off. Will it be enough? Ultimate Weapon here in the back is Junkrat, spamming now onto Dummy. Will have a Riptire in a moment, and he's gonna need to get good value as Mesrar exploding on his own, gets a triple kill, but here comes a tire, and Ultimate Weapon completes the triple kill.
Unbelievable. One Shot is bringing this back. The Hang is still alive.
One Shot's hanging in there right now. Dummy is back into the fight. The res, of course, was a thing coming out from the Hang. We do see the Graviton coming out. 2 members getting sucked in here, but Chronic holding up the shield. AZK putting on the pressure for Liquid. Liquid not giving up. Spazzo gonna get punched in the mouth. AZK making a double kill, and this should be Liquid's point. In time-wise, I'm not sure if this is faster or not. It's very, very close to the margin, so we're gonna let them play it out for sure.
Look pretty close.
So Team Liquid now entering the Streets phase. If they cap the next point, it will be GG. But that was a pretty spirited defense coming out from the side of One Shot.
It did seem like Liquid making some mistakes there, initiating in different parts, not really close together. Some trying to flank and not working out.
All right, here they go. Ned right now, as McCree looking to pick off. Will use the Deadeye. This is going to force Team Liquid back a little bit. And hey, he had a chance to get Mesmerized, did not pull the trigger in time. And now the sound barrier coming out from Liquid, and Liquid now with the momentum moving forward off that Lucio sound barrier. Ultimate Weapon though, hanging in there over the top. No one has an answer for him. Both teams bloodying each other a bit. As Vonethil now going to go down. Ultimate Weapon making things happen. Look at Dummy though. Dummy here in the back. He's going to take him out in the end. Liquid still coming out on top as AZK gets 2 kills in the very last part of that fight. And Liquid, despite getting knocked up a little bit there, they're able to move forward, and now they're just 1 step away from capping this last point and moving on to face Nubris in the losers finals.
Yeah, Zoms, AZK, and Dummy using big kills right there. They only need to win 1 more big team fight to secure themselves.
Got you in my sights.
All right, we have the attack visor coming out from Xe. Xe has to be careful though because he's getting to the flex. Still moving in, takes out Zoms. Needs to do a little bit more as Mesrar in the back gets the Earth Shatter down. Won't be enough. Chronic though, trying to make a case, trying to hold in here for the defense. And will end up taking out Mesrar. Swing the hammer. Will he get the Hang as well? Will take out the Hang. The most serious of Mouse 1 action you'll ever see. Chronic holding in. Looking for the charge in AZK. AZK going to go down before then. And One Shot might hold on for at least a little bit longer.
Chronic is definitely MVP of One Shot throughout this series and throughout today. He's made so many big plays to keep his team in the game.
Now, Chronic has thoroughly impressed me. Even if One Shot goes down, Chronic has to feel good about the day he's had today. So many big plays, so many big charges. He has really been the glue that's been holding One Shot together. Now, One Shot, pretty good chance of holding here. 2.5 minutes left. Liquid has about 3 to 4 pushes, but they have good positioning, and this next push is going to be very rough for Liquid unless Dummy works absolute heroics here with Dragon Blade. But look at this, he's in the back line, is able to take out Xe, and the defense needs to adjust. Are they going to give this up for free? The defense did not realize all of them got over there like that. Earthshatter, though, got to come down from Chronic. Chronic taking out Dummy. But the sound barrier is out here for the offense. The offense swarming on top. Spazzo in trouble now. 3 people on the offense on the point. 0.01 meters away.
Heroes never die.
And they get there. That is going to be GG. The gates are opening. And Team Liquid can move on to get their rematch with Nubris.
So close there in the end. They flank around under the saloon to make sure they get a good position. One Shot not expecting that to happen. They thought they were going to go main or the left alley side.
One Shot was caught off guard by the approach that Team Liquid took there.
Yeah.
And they're just going to push in for play of the game. Would not be too surprised if it was Chronic. I'm trying to think who else had a really, really huge play over the course of the game. I think half the time you can guess for McCree, and you might be right.
Or Genji. Or actually Mercy lately. Please.
Secure the payload. Let's
Algorithm
move it out.
as a Mercy main. Still. But Liquid Nubris is the rematch that we were expecting, I was expecting, and that really Liquid wants to have. They have not had 2 good series against Nubris. They've made several mistakes in each of the games. They want this next series to go well.
Oh, here's the play of the game coming up right at you. Team Liquid going to move on to face Nubris, and Nubris, this is a rematch as Nubris defeated them back in the winner's bracket. So they will get their chance for revenge, and the winner of that will be able to go in and end up with a rematch, potentially a rematch with Nubris against Envy, or Liquid will get their shot at Envious. Either way, some good games ahead of us here today.
Yeah, we're gonna get some great games right up next. Nubris, I still think is favored. to take the series, but I'm hoping Liquid is able to change things up from the last set we just watched.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid is a little bit confusing in the sense that they have pretty high highs, but they also have low lows, and I think they make avoidable mistakes from time to time. Hopefully they can iron that out as they move into the next set, because I can tell you this much, Nubris will punish those mistakes very, very harshly.
I think there's actually